Hello everyone, Dan Kid with Kune Physiology. More today is day 7, the final day of upper body training with weights for JKD. So quick recap, I've gone over the functional purpose of the muscles, I've gone over the physiological and the kinesiological aspects. Okay, so physiology is basically how our bodies are designed and respond to different things, whether it be exercise, nutrition, our eating habits and whatnot. And then kinesiology is about the angles of the body. It also does have to do with axis of rotation. I'm not going to get too in-depth on that aspect. What I want you to focus more on is how to increase and or maximize the functionality of each muscle group, whether it's upper body, lower body, or a combination of all the above. I also want to mention too, starting tomorrow, I'm actually going to be doing lower body training, body weight exercises for JKD. I'm going to mix it up a bit. It's going to be pretty exciting. I'm excited about it because that's actually going to allow me to display different aspects of things that are more in-depth with martial arts training, specifically, of course, Jeet Kune, because this is a Jeet Kune channel. Okay, also, I want you to keep in mind, Jeet Kune is all about making your way as weight, but use what I teach you, all my training sessions, all my exercises, everything like that. I want you to take that and I want you to find your own way, because once again, to re-emphasize, Jeet Kune is all about finding your own way as weight. So, let's get into the good stuff. So, as far as for the weight training, you honestly, as a martial artist, you must literally, and I mean literally, work every single muscle in your entire body. Not on a daily basis, of course. You're going to get burnt out. You might possibly get injured. But we must continuously and consistently train every muscle in our bodies as much as we possibly can. Remember, you want to develop and or strengthen your weaknesses and maintain your strengths. And when you have that extra time or put aside that extra time, then you can actually focus on putting a little more strength in your strengths and focus on that. We always want to focus more on your weaknesses. So one thing I want to actually display here, take this barbell I'm about to show you, and we're going to do some different exercises. I'm going to show you, as I talked about, also transitioning different exercises, helping with your overall conditioning and whatnot. And by transitioning from either one upper body exercise to the next, or from upper body to lower body to upper body, vice versa, whatever it is, that is going to maximize your blood flow, which is actually going to maximize the ability to absorb and take in nutrients and make them better use in the body. It's also going to help increase your overall metabolism, protein synthesis, and if you're really looking for muscle tone and overall conditioning, by transitioning the different exercises, what's known as active recovery in different ways, then you actually are going to maximize so many different aspects of your training. So especially if you are passionate about being a martial artist, whether it's a high passion, a mid-level passion, or a low passion, if you have even a little bit of passion about being a martial artist, especially in the Jeet Kune realm, so these are going to be concepts you're definitely going to want to try. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with overhead press. We're actually going to do it at a sitting position. When you do it, overhead press standing, yes, it's still effective, but you actually are going to be activating your core. When you actually are sitting down on your knees or whatnot, any exercise you do is actually going to be focusing primarily on that specific exercise. I'm going to show you a couple exercises like this, and am I saying that one is more beneficial than the other? No, it really depends on your focus. If you want a little bit of core activation, do the exercises while standing. If you want to focus primarily on the muscles involved, then do them while kneeling down or sitting down. Okay, so overhead press here. It's not a lot of weight. Boom, and we're going to go right from here. I'm going to show you. We're going to do 3 exercises. We're going to go from overhead press to a French press to a curl, okay? And then I'll explain a little bit more why we're doing that, okay? So overhead press. Do a few of these. Come down slow. Always fight that eccentric to gain and maximize your strength. Okay, now we're going to reposition our hands. And we're going to come into a French press, which is going to, oh, by the way, what we just did, that focuses primarily on your front or shoulders or anterior deltoids, as well as your upper chest, primarily. And if you go out farther, that's going to emphasize a little bit more on your shoulders. You go in more, it's going to emphasize a little bit for your chest. Now, for a French press, this is going to be for your triceps or the back of your arms. Okay, boom, boom. Just do a few of these here. Might want a little bit closer grip. Depending, if you feel any pain in your elbows or anything like that, readjust your grip. You might want to go in a little more. You might want to go out a little more. It just really kind of varies. Okay. Here. Work my triceps pretty good, yes. yesterday, last few days, especially with the job I do, okay? Alright. Now we're going to go into a barbell curl, and this is actually going to emphasize your biceps, okay? Alright, the negative or the eccentric coming down. Okay, now, why did I do those specific exercises, and why did I do them in the succession I did? Number one, muscle functionality, because we, like I talked about active recovery, we went from one exercise to the next without any rest, okay? And another reason is because, like I said, you know, the different muscles involved when you're doing punches and kicks and things like that, obviously upper body, so punches more, okay? You're wanting to going to work different muscles in different ways. So, the overhead press, as I mentioned, your front shoulders, your upper chest, okay? And then the French press, your triceps, and then the curls, of course, your biceps. Now, the main reason we did that way is because you're going from exercise the overhead press, which has nothing to do with your biceps and triceps. So, you know, it's a completely separate exercise as far as that. And I'm getting to the point here. Then we went from the triceps, boom, 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 okay, the French press for the triceps, and immediately into the curls for the biceps, because those are antagonists. Because when your tricep is contracted, your bicep is relaxed. When your bicep is contracted, your tricep is relaxed. Okay, so those are antagonists. That is by maximizing those exercises and working back to back, triceps to biceps, biceps to triceps. You're also going to maximize your overall muscle functionality with that. Plus, you can maximize your overall growth if you're looking to gain more muscle. So, I want everyone to just wrap these things around your mind, get some ideas about different things, and remember, find your own way. It's way. Please give me all your feedback. I want you to challenge yourself. Try these exercises. See how it feels. Then I want you to try your own exercises and just kind of work with it a little bit. Take everything I've shown you this week and realize how much you can benefit. If you're a martial artist and say you've been in the traditional realm, which I have the utmost respect for, you know, taekwondo, karate, you know, ninjutsu, anything like that, a lot of the traditional type of martial arts, you know, then I would recommend, because a lot of those don't really emphasize enough on weight training. So the weight training is going to not only help maximize the strength, it's going to help overall maximize your muscle functionality. So please just try it out, see what happens, see how you feel. But remember, gradual progression so you don't get injured and so you don't get burnt out. So do these things and embrace that discomfort. Believe in yourself. Believe you can, and believe that you deserve. Smash one, kick that like button, just don't break it. Let's go out and do something. Do more than what you did yesterday. Get your ass up today and grind. What have you done today to push yourself to grind, to embrace that discomfort? Remember, be consistent, stay consistent, create momentum, and keep that momentum going. Don't let it dissipate. And push past your mind and tell your mind that I am in control. Push yourself. Let's go.